More and more people are making the decision to cut ties with family members who are abusive, manipulative, narcissistic, disrespectful, and sometimes just dangerous to their physical and or mental and emotional health. And when you've grown up with these family dynamics and then you're coerced into coming to family gatherings, it can be really difficult and cause a lot of stress and anxiety in just going to these type of events. But we also know that it can cause stress and anxiety not to go because of the guilt trips and even the retaliation that comes if you don't show up to the event. So maybe it's time for a chosen family reunion. Welcome to the Empowered and In Control podcast, the podcast that helps people who have been impacted by domestic abuse to heal and regain power and control after an abusive relationship using the Empowered and In Control framework. I'm your host, Oriana, your favorite domestic violence expert, speaker, and owner of Two Rise Advocacy and Consulting. Family reunions can be so much fun. The music, the games, the food, the trash talking, and really just the love of family. But sometimes you don't have a family that's supportive of you, of your authentic self. That you can't be yourself around them because you know that you won't be accepted. Sometimes it's that the boundaries that you put in place, rightfully so, are being met with resistance. It's being met with the silent treatment and exclusion. Or sometimes it could be that the dynamics of an abusive relationship that you were in caused some tension between you and your family, and possibly even isolation due to the relationship. And so it can be hard to kind of make amends with family after being in an abusive relationship, especially if they didn't support you in trying to leave, or if they did try to support you, but you weren't ready to leave. And so all of those dynamics, all of those situations can make it very difficult to try to have that family support that we all need, the connections that we need with other people. Hey, the Empowered and In Control wheel and its guide is a hopeful tool that I developed for people who are impacted by domestic abuse. It's a healing-centered tool that creates a pattern of positive behaviors that people can use to regain power and control after an abusive relationship. Click the link in the description to get your copy for yourself or for someone that you know who is struggling to move forward after the trauma of an abusive relationship. You can be empowered and in control again. Bye. There are people in my life who have provided me with such great encouragement and help and friendship and love and fun and joy, and they're not my blood relatives. And so I call them family. They are my family. They're my chosen family. So because I have blood relatives and chosen family, I decided to have a chosen family reunion. Let me tell you about Teresa before I go into all the fun things we did, right? My little sister Teresa, I met her when she was 11 or 12 years old, and we both modeled for Barbizon Modeling School. I was about 22 at the time, and I kind of took her under my wing. From the time that she was 12 to today, when she's 40, she's been my little sister. Everybody knows that's my little sister, right? And at one point she went through a very serious health journey battling cancer. She's been in remission for a while now, and so that's a blessing in itself. But you know, we all came together and we rallied around and we raised funds for whatever she needed for, you know, medical costs and things like that. And we did that as her chosen family, right? She had biological relatives as support system as well. So I don't want to make it sound like she didn't have anyone, but she did have a support system of friends and people that were loved ones that were not blood relatives. And so Teresa had moved to Colorado and had been gone for several years. I don't even remember how many, it's been that long. And for my birthday, this past Saturday, August 1st, 2026, she showed up and surprised my young adults, Blake and Jasmine, after us not seeing her for at least a good 6 years. And it was beautiful. I mean, the looks on their faces were priceless. And it was just great to be able to bring her in and celebrate my birthday with somebody that I've known since she was 12, right? Again, this is my little sister. And then on top of it, you know, I had another young lady who is really turning out to be, I'm gonna call her a cousin. She a cousin. And so to see the two of them interact together and for them to get along so well, and for Teresa to feel empowered by some of the things that this young lady was saying, it was just a beautiful thing. Thank you so much for watching the Empowered and in Control podcast. Hey, have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When people recommended it to me, I had no idea where to start. I didn't know anything about podcasting. And then I saw the ads for the My Seven Figure podcast. Now, seven figures did pique my interest, but I had no idea how people were making money podcasting. What really got me was the idea of being able to help so many more people through a podcast. So I signed up for the course and the community. It is so thorough, let me tell you. From branding to making sure that it's legally protected to monetizing, they left no guesswork and no excuses. So click the link in the description to sign up for my 7-figure podcast course and invest in your future. There are podcasts about everything, but there are certain things that people only want to hear from you. So get started today. People need to hear your voice. Why I wanted to have it, right? Because sometimes the people in my life don't have a support system other than the very few people that they may have here and there. But if I can bring all of those people together, then they have an even bigger network of people who are just good-hearted, fun-loving, weird people. And we all get together and we have a great time. So some of the things that we did, of course, it was my birthday, so it was mostly things that I wanted to do. Just so happened, everybody else liked to do it too, because we're all weird. So one of the things that we did is we played with bubbles. I love bubbles, and I especially love the big ones, the big giant ones that you make that like they're really long and then they float up into the sky. Anyway, and then we had a water gun fight. Everybody was shooting me with water guns. Man, it was so much fun running around, shooting everybody, all the screams and everything. It was so much fun. I love having water gun fights, right? And there were some people who couldn't make it to the chosen family reunion, and that's exactly what they wanted to participate in. Like, if nothing else, they just wanted to participate in the water gun fight. We also, there was a perfectly good hill right beside us, so you think I'm not gonna roll down the hill? Like, have we met? Hi, I'm Oriana. I like to do fun things. Like, we lined up and we rolled down the hill. And I'm so glad that we didn't hit the like row of trees at the bottom. We didn't quite make it that far, which is good, but fun times. We played games, played a broom game. We played a game called Spot It, which is one of my favorite card games. It's a matching game. And so if you think about like what it really took to do that, financially, it really didn't cost a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have the disposable income right now to do anything big and extravagant. But this was what was gonna make me happy on my birthday, is to spend time with my kids, my sister and my nephews, and you know, some chosen family, right? And so you think about the cost of things. We got the bubbles from Dollar Tree. we got the food from like Kroger, and we did it picnic, potluck picnic style. The games, we got those from Walmart, so they weren't even, expensive games or anything. So, and we did it at a park. We went to a park, which is free, and we had the best time. So here's what I would recommend. If you are someone who has either been in an abusive relationship and you're trying to heal, and you need a support system, think about any of the people that have shown you encouragement, who have been helpful, who have mentored you, who take an interest, a genuine interest in you doing well, that want to see you win, right? Do you have people like that in your life? If you do, then talk to them about having a chosen family reunion. Ask them if they would want to participate in that, right? That's something that you guys can plan together, or it's something that you can put together and they can help contribute to. But it would be a good way for you guys to have a deeper bond, but also to bring in other people that you think might get along if they have the chance to be in the same space and play games, right? That sometimes brings people together. If you don't have that type of support system yet, think about what some of your interests are. Whether it's creative things that you do, going to conventions, cosplaying, like Lego, like anything that you can think of that you have interest in, that they have events for, that they have things at the library, or they have things at convention centers that you can go to. Think about if there are any interests that you have that are social justice related. Look, I go to some of these protests and rallies for some of the things that are going on right now, and I've met some really cool people. And some of my friends and colleagues that I've known are also at those rallies and things. Maybe these are people that you have more in common with than just that, right? And then whatever your other interests may be, like I said, it could be anything that you have a genuine interest in, that you love doing. And I bet if you take a look, there may be things in your neighborhood, in your city, that are events that people come together to do that thing, right? I'm a Renaissance fair kind of girl. I don't even, look, I told you at the beginning that I was weird. You act like you didn't hear me. But I'm weird, and I'm comfortable in my nerdy and weird skin. And the great thing about it is that my chosen family loves me in my weird and nerdy skin. So that's the goal, is to find a support system that will support and encourage your authentic self. But you have to embrace your authentic self first. So make sure that you're doing the work on yourself to get to know and love yourself. And then it kind of opens you up for other people to be able to get to know this great and wonderful person, right? And then from there, you can build a network of people, and then you can have a chosen family reunion. So I hope this was helpful. That is your homework, is to either think of the people that you already know that you can have a chosen family reunion with. I mean, it's still summertime. Kids are going back to school, I get that. But maybe it can be a fall time family reunion, right? There's nothing wrong with that. You could do like hay rides and stuff like that. Man, you could do like a Halloween family reunion. Okay, rabbit hole. Anyway, so that's your homework, is to think of people that you can have a chosen family reunion with. Do that as far as people that you already know, or if you don't have that support system yet, like I said, think of what your interests are, that there are already events happening that you can meet people that have the same interest, and it's very likely that you have other interests that are the same. I appreciate you watching the show. You can always go to my website, toriseac.com. That's TORISEAC.com for more information on the work that I do. I'll see you later. Bye.